live.
Let's go. Oh, hello. Oh, hello. Thank you for joining me.
Of course.
I didn't know you guys were coming.
No, we have a date at 8 o'clock, so that's why
I just showed up and you weren't here, so I assumed maybe you weren't coming. But it's nice that you decided to show up.
Well, so we're here today. Start off with a beer like we always do.
Always
today,
start with beer.
I have a treat. All right. This is El Segundo Broken Skull IPA, and this is marketed by Stone Cold Steve Austin.
Who doesn't know Stone?
Really?
Yes, this is his beer. I don't know if I think he gets a percentage in the company or something, but he's drinking this all the time. This is on brand. Literally, if you go on social media and say, I'm drinking this, he will retweet it or respond to it, like it, because he's been like selling the stuff for the last, I don't know how long. So all you guys who see me with my AEW shirt know I'm a big wrestling fan.
I was just going to say.
So I had to get this.
I didn't know if people understood that about you.
Yep.
That's a real thing. He really is a big wrestling fan.
Well, so like,
can we talk about?
Yeah, I was, but like,
My wife's family was too. I think it's
and
kind
then
of.
You know what I really want to talk about?
Well, maybe later,
Okay.
maybe in a different episode. But my wife loves wrestling, and some of you know that about her. That
She actually wrestled.
She used to wrestle and
Oh,
loves
wait.
A
wrestling.
plus, by the way.
We just said that live.
Yeah, well, you know.
It's on YouTube. It's not a secret.
So now we got. how
Not
many more?
anymore.
So hi, babe. Sorry, you'll yell at me when you get home. But yeah, so she was big into the wrestling stuff, and that's why I'm into it, and I love it. And Stone Cold Steve Austin, this is his beer.
Classic.
I'm all about it.
All right,
And-
so fill up your beer because we're
Yes.
going to toast.
And if they don't have a drink out by now, you're not learning. You're not getting the message. 8 o'clock, we start this baby. Have a drink
Last
ready.
call, have a beer.
And we're going to cheers to all of you.
Cheers. Happy Friday. Right? Friday?
Yes, Friday.
Okay.
And you know Friday's happy hour. So
Yep, it's happy hour.
hour means anything can go today.
Not bad.
West Coast style IPA.
Yeah. But on the malty side,
Yep, maltier.
a lot of malty. Yes.
I feel like that kind of makes it easier to drink.
It
It
does.
is a harsh bitter, but I think this is a good beer to have with
It's
the pretzel. And
it reminds me of like it's got that sort of there's like a Sam Adams thing that happens.
Yeah,
And
the
that's
malt.
the malt, right?
It's a malt.
And then there's like an IPA.
Yep. It's
Hop
got a dry
that
finish,
happens.
hop finish. But it's got the big upfront,
Yeah.
sweet, rich, malty thing, and then it goes to hops.
yes.
And
It's
isn't there like a line, I left my wallet in El Segundo? Does that have anything to do with this?
I don't know.
What
But
is
let's
El
not go
Seg-
there,
is El
'cause after
Segundo a
yesterday's
place?
COVID-19, come on, Eileen. You got it stuck in our head all night. So
But there's
I
a
literally sang it in my head.
Did you really?
Yeah, of course. It's great. It fits perfect.
I left my wallet in El Segundo. It's like a De La Soul song or something.
Okay.
well,
I might be wrong, but
I mean, you might be right too, though.
Comments?
I feel like
Got the
yeah,
comments?
ask people.
Ask people.
Anyone know I left my wallet in El Segundo?
Somebody Google it for me because it is something. I don't know what it is. And
My
it's
wallet
something-
or my heart?
left my wallet in
Oh.
El Segundo. Yeah, it's definitely something. I don't know what it references or anything. So, but
I like it. It's good.
I feel like it needs to go with some food.
So today,
Doesn't
We-
have
you
to,
know,
but let's do
malt.
it today.
malt and salt. Malt and
Malt and
salt.
salt.
What we brought today, I was like, we have to feature the pretzel. I mean, I'm
By the
sure-
way, that's the name of our next restaurant.
what?
Malt and Salt.
Malt and salt. I love it.
Awesome.
Yeah.
I love that.
That's a good name.
Yeah.
Trademark, copyrighted as of today. Do not take that. Do not steal that. That is ours. You guys have a pretzel company.
We do.
That's
do.
pretty freaking cool. Like, this pretzel was made down the street in Grafton
Mile
at the
away.
bakery.
Yep.
That's amazing. I think it's so cool, and you guys have things kind of blown up. You guys have it at supermarkets everywhere. That's pretty cool.
Restaurants. Yeah.
And I
We're
was
in-
like, we haven't featured this yet. This should have been day one, but you guys are too humble, so you're like, oh, no, it's okay. But no, we have to bust this baby out. Pretzel and beer, malt and salt. It
Malt
goes
and Salt.
perfectly together. So I'm going to let you guys describe the pretzel, because
Well,
I'm sure.
so the pretzel basically is baked beer. Like, it's all the same ingredients as beer, but the ratios are different.
Yep.
All natural, Bavarian style pretzel, handmade, hand twisted. We buy the best ingredients, best flour we can get, the best yeast we can get, We use actual malted barley flour. And we don't use a corn syrup or a malted barley syrup.
Yeah, there's no artificial sweeteners
No
or
any-
fat or any of that sort. It's really
No preservatives, no corn
Wait,
syrup.
all
wait,
natural.
hold on. I left my wallet in El Segundo. It's a Tribe Called Quest.
Oh, I knew.
Thank
Okay,
you, Meredith.
De La Salle was close.
Yes.
De La
Hope
Salle
you're
was
watching
close.
at home. Say hi to the kid. But yeah,
That's
so
right, De La Soul.
a Tribe Called Quest.
So-
Tribe Called Twist. Oh, sorry.
So anyway,
Same town, right? They're both from the same town, aren't they? De La Salle and Tribe Called
No,
Twist?
I don't
Nice.
think so.
I don't know. Are they?
I think they're all part of the same. There was that community that.
Where are they from?
It's like
Same time frame. I don't know if it's the same town.
For some reason, I felt like they branched out and they became. There were like 3 different groups that came out of that same original thing.
Either way, both are great.
Yeah. Anyway, I'm just going by that hip hop
De La
documentary.
Soul,
we
very
watched.
well-
Tribe Called Quest, great.
Yeah. Anyway, okay.
Yeah.
So let's eat a pretzel. I'm going to eat a bite of this.
Yeah.
So
tear some
I
off.
do we need plate? I mean, I think
No.
pretzels are handheld. Just dig in.
Clean hands.
Yes,
Washed hands.
100% clean hands.
Yes, 74% and a half clean hands.
Well, that's why I touched it first.
I'm going with the mustard, I think.
Yeah, me too.
I went with the cheese sauce because yesterday we talked about it being so good.
It's really good.
It's so good.
Oh, that's good.
Now this mustard you guys make too, right?
We do.
Fantastic. I love it. So
This is
It's
obviously
thick,
still on the
it's
menu.
chewy, tastes like a pretzel,
that's
literally.
like one of our number 1 sellers.
Yeah.
Go figure.
No, definitely, yeah.
I mean, people realize real fast that beer and pretzels go together.
You know, Sean and I grew up really passionate about. Well, we grew up eating pretzels.
Yeah,
This-
we did.
This place in upstate New York. When we were kids, we used to go into the mall right
Bavarian
next to the
pretzel
movie
hut.
theater. There's a place called the Bavarian Pretzel Hut.
Was it their version of Aunt Annie's or?
No. Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, is that idea like
yeah.
a
It was
kiosk?
a kiosk.
But
Right
they
It
were,
size?
was legit pretzels.
and then I didn't think about it much, and then later on in my life, I moved to Philadelphia, and in Philadelphia, pretzels are everywhere.
Yep.
Like on the street corner, kids walk up and sell you like a bag of 3 pretzels for $2 or whatever, and I just loved them, fell in love with it. Moved back to Grafton and said to Sean, like, "There's no good pretzels around here. We should make pretzels." And he told me I was stupid.
No,
No, I'm just kidding.
not at all.
No, he just said at the
I
time
was
it didn't
gonna
make
say, I couldn't
sense.
picture him doing that.
But we you know, fast forward a bunch of years, and we were talking the other day about how Sean's such a foodie.
Yep.
We had a time frame where we were making pizzas at his house, like homemade pizzas. We got really into it. We were hunting down all the great best flours and yeast and all that stuff,
Yep.
trying to make the best pizza we could come up with, and we nailed that, which you guys will all find out about in a few weeks here.
Can't wait.
But at one point I was like, you know, we could probably make pretzels out of that pizza dough. Turns out you can't.
Turns out,
But that
We tried.
we tried, and that started us down this road of us making pretzels. And
I love
you know,
it.
we went through
Okay.
hundreds of different recipes, and
Yep.
in his kitchen, really just trying to make pretzels. And
Super creative. That's like such a unique idea, and if you do think about it, no one has a good pretzel out there. You go to the supermarket, you're getting what is that one called?
Super pretzel?
Super pretzel. I mean, the thing. Yeah, no good.
oh, sorry.
Not even a real pretzel, from what I understand. So this is like legit from like local as it gets. I love it, and not because
All
you guys
organic,
are standing right here.
all
I'm just saying.
non-GMO.
Speaking of,
But you know, it goes with beer. And sometimes
It does.
you're like, I just ran out of beer. I wish I had more. And sometimes the problem is I don't have enough beer. And so today we solved that problem.
yes, I'm actually gonna go bring one right now.
We solved that problem. If you want to make sure you have enough beer at home, not that there's ever such a thing as enough beer, but enough beer to go with your pretzel.
So we've sold a couple of these today, 3
We
or
had-
4
Now we have
Growlers.
growlers.
growlers. Finally, I can go back to buying some nice draft beer
Yep.
and bring you guys the best beer around. And you can buy it at a good, reasonable price. Put it in the growler, keep it at home, fill up as you need. It's the best way to transport a lot of beer, and it's the only way to transport draft beer right now.
You're right.
Yeah. And the fun thing is we've got some beers, even right now,
Yep.
that you're not going to find.
No, so we
Right,
have
can't
Triple
get
Crossing Illuminati confirmed. It's a double IPA, Triple Crossing is a brewery out of Richmond, Virginia.
Yep.
You might have heard of the Veil or the Answer. These are other breweries that are in Richmond. Triple Crossing is another one from there. And those are kind of the three that are really the head honchos over there. And this beer, I'm not just saying it, no exaggeration.
It's great.
One of the best beers, one of the best double IPAs I've ever had.
Drinking.
So
What's it
so
called?
good. Illuminati confirmed. The name of the brewery is Triple Crossing.
And we have that now.
We do, and we have another option from Triple Crossing called Brighter Days, or Brighter Lights.
Brighter Days, I think you said.
And it's
Brighter Lights.
Brighter Lights, and
Yeah.
it's just as good. Awesome beer. So we have growlers. You need them. They're online. You can order them online. Go over there, and if you have any questions, just call us. We'll always will answer the phone. If not, we'll get back to you.
Email us, Facebook
Yep.
us, something,
We're
whatever.
easily accessible. So if you have any questions about the beer or no, Sonny, we don't have that on tap. We got it in cans though. It's just as good in cans.
Which one?
The Toppling Goliath.
Oh, yeah.
Scorpius
Oh, yeah.
Marcella.
We had that the other day.
Yep.
That was awesome.
Exactly.
Sold them tonight.
We did. I sold
Yeah, it was a fun night tonight. I got to say, I was really happy. It's been a while since I've been in the restaurant on a Friday night, which is unheard of me for you to even think about. But these guys have been handling it. To see the place tonight, we were cranking. People were loving the takeout. You know, everything worked out really smooth. I was really impressed with how the whole operation ran here tonight.
Yeah.
And it was fun to see some business coming through the town. Like I think people
Absolutely.
are coming out, starting to use the restaurants again, and it was exciting. It's it's new, it's different.
Yeah.
It doesn't feel the same,
Nope,
but it's
not
still really cool to get all the support from
No,
everybody.
it was a
Yeah.
great Friday night. A great Friday night. So, right now, normally, talked about the beer, El Segundo.
That's
I
nice.
believe we're selling these for $8 a can. The Growlers are going for $30, but that's for all the draft beers that we have. And
Yeah, so
that's
the
a good deal.
glass. So we have to provide the glass right now.
Yep,
But we're not marking it up. So we
Yep.
buy it and we just pass that cost on to you.
yep,
We make no money on the glass.
yep, yep. And really, and honestly, it's one of those things that we're really not even making money on a lot of the beer pour too.
No.
But we're trying to provide it at a good price, a reasonable price.
And the nice thing is when it's empty, once it's done, it turns into a nice little like jug band sort of instrument. So you're getting like your own instrument.
And if
You
this-
could do like Facebook
And
Live
this
at
will
home.
change. We'll be able to we'll
Just gonna
reuse
say.
these as those.
Back, if this was the normal, back in the normal times,
we'd
you
wash
would have
it.
been able to refill that. And obviously the pretzel too on the menu. It's been there since day one.
course.
One of our best sellers. You can always get that. But now, Friday, I think the first time we did this, we were like, Friday should be happy hour.
Happy hour.
And Friday is happy hour, so we're gonna do 2-for-1 drinks here. So we have the beer. And,
Are you gonna double fist?
And Josh has promised us to make us something fun today, or just
Well,
talk about a nice
today,
drink.
Classic.
I was thinking classic.
Yeah.
I was thinking, what do you guys like? That's just
What do we drink?
what's the most classic cocktail? Like, where did I'm sure.
Shirley Temple.
Yeah, add a little booze to that, and you're good. But it's really it's the martini. I think is
Yes.
sort of the.
We both drink martinis.
Yep.
And it was sort of in my lifetime, I'm not sure historically, to be honest with you, but in my lifetime, when I graduated from serving beers to people to start figuring out how to make martinis in like nicer bars, the martini was sort of like my first sort of introduction into like how to really make a craft cocktail.
Yeah.
Right.
Sure.
Before the concept of craft cocktails, it really a martini. People are so particular about how they like them, but there's some some general rules around
Yep.
the traditional martini. Which
It may
reminds me,
be
I
the
think we
original
have
craft
any
cocktail.
remote, didn't
Yes, I'm right behind you.
No, it should be. Oh, that's the Jameson.
Take a step back to your left. There's
Yeah, Sean could
Vermouth
probably
right
find
there.
it blindfolded right now.
right there. Second shelf. There you go.
I? Got it.
Is that the red or the white? There's white behind you. Same one.
So, yeah.
So martinis-
Christine was saying gin martini. David was saying old fashioned. Like, what's a good classic one?
Well,
Christine
so-
was right. We're gin martini. We're doing martinis.
But an
today,
old
so.
fashioned, so a Manhattan, an old fashioned martini.
We gotta make
They're
those sometime.
classic drinks.
Yeah, we
right?
started. The first thing we thought I thought was an old fashioned.
Yeah,
But then honestly, I'm too lazy to muddle anything today. Mm-hmm. I just wanted to
well,
put
so
some.
a traditional old fashioned doesn't have any muddling in
Oh, wait a
Anyways.
second. We'll get to that one.
Yeah. We'll save that for
But
another.
a martini is probably one of the most iconic American drinks.
Yeah.
Okay.
I mean,
agree.
like, and global drinks, not just American, but you're talking about, there's two styles. So there's a martini glass, and then there's a martini. So a martini is gin or vodka, vermouth, olive, onion, lemon.
Yeah.
That's it.
Well, no, an onion's going to be a Gibson.
Gibson. But the martini glass became a thing in the late 80s, maybe 90s. And anything that goes in here becomes a martini. It could be Stoli vanilla, it could be a melon ball. It doesn't matter. If it's in this glass, appletini, whatever. This is a martini glass. But a martini is only one of two things.
Yeah.
And honestly, I think it's only one thing.
You think it's gin?
It's a gin drink.
Yeah.
Now, James Bond changed that.
Yep.
And the whole shake and stirred thing, which is an abomination. But
Sean's a purist.
Yep.
When it comes to the martini.
a martini is 3-1 gin vermouth with an olive, stirred not shaken. That's a martini.
All right. Well,
Beyond that,
Meredith asks, Sean, do you read encyclopedias for fun?
I do. I actually do.
so I'm a firm believer of a cold martini. I think it has
Absolutely
to be
cold.
I think it has to be as cold as you can possibly get it.
But not diluted.
Correct.
So cold, but not diluted.
So what I like to do is I like to take my martini glasses
Yep.
and
Make a mess.
make a mess. And I fill them up with ice, and then I like to put a little soda water.
Soda water. Now, why soda water?
You tell me.
I don't know. So bartenders all chill their glasses with soda water. At home, you don't have soda water, so you use normal water.
No, yeah, it's fine.
But at a bar, supposedly the soda water makes it cold quicker.
Yep.
Maybe it has to do with evaporation or something, or like.
Yeah, I don't know the answer. That's why I asked you to tell me.
But bartenders use soda. If you go to
Yeah.
a bar and they chill your glass, they use soda water.
Well, also in the guns,
Sounds good too.
it sounds good, and the soda seems to come out faster. The water generally tends to have like a trickle, where your
Soda's like, yeah.
Yeah.
comes out fast, and you're like, I
So
don't
it
have time
feels
to.
like you're doing a
I
job.
don't have time to do that, and there's like a little more of a theater to it.
Yep.
Which so many of these cocktail things, there's the theatrical part, of
course.
right?
It's the
I'm
experience.
chopping the ice here in front of you. I'm doing the thing here in front of you. I'm shaking it. I'm lighting it on fire.
Yeah.
All those
You
things.
eat with your eyes, man.
Yeah.
You eat with your eyes. So that's why,
So-
I could give you, the best Kobe beef in the world and serve it to you on a garbage pail and you won't want it.
Right.
Yeah.
But like you make it look nice.
Restaurants are theater.
Sexify it a little bit.
Exactly.
Restaurants are theater, right? You can cook at home. Everyone can cook at home.
Mm-hmm.
You can go to the supermarket and get like a pre-made meal. You can eat. You don't go to a restaurant just to pay extra for food. It's the social aspect. It's theater. You get to talk to people, you interact, you get some plating, right? So bartending is like the epitome of that. Like bartending is like, let me make you a drink. You can literally go across the street and buy a beer for half the price we sell it here. And that's nationwide. But you come here for a reason.
Dave Rivers said the carbonation distributes the coldness faster.
Yeah.
So, I mean, I don't know. He didn't cite
that's
a
what they
source
say.
or any facts behind it, but I'm going to go ahead and believe you, Dave, all right?
Yeah, well, that's
Yeah, I'm going with that. Yes, that's exactly what I was
He
going to
said,
say.
I also just made that up. Yeah. So I had a feeling.
But so these are chilling.
Yes.
So you're getting the glass cold.
So I'm going to make a couple. I'm going to make one
two.
for you and one for you.
Perfect.
So Sargon's a vodka martini guy,
Yes.
but you like extra dirty vodka martini.
Yeah. I mean,
Kettle?
I'm like dirty, like,
Dirty.
Yeah.
Don't
So
say it. Whatever you were about to say,
No.
don't say
I
it.
didn't say it. I did my thought.
I saw it coming. But I'm going to start with yours because you
All right.
said it's traditional, right?
So the original martini recipe is 3 parts gin, 1 part vermouth, garnished with an olive or a twist of lime. Or lemon, I'm sorry. And that's it. Now, those things have changed over time. Vermouth is not common anymore.
No.
But good gin is.
Right. Well, so let's
And
just go ahead and
it's-
make
yeah,
it. Let's
yeah,
do
yep.
it. So this is a non-shaker. You don't want to do this in the shaker unless you're shaking it, which, like Sean likes
The
to
vodka.
say. That's that's blasphemy. But we'll get to that. But traditional vodka, a traditional martini, you're making it right in your glass.
Yeah.
Yep.
Right. So doesn't matter how much ice you put into one of these.
Doesn't matter.
Because you're gonna strain it eventually. Mm-hmm. Right. So I've got my ice in a glass.
Yep.
Couldn't be more simple. And then I'm taking my gin.
Yes.
Now,
Like you said, there's really
I prefer a London Dry. So it could be Hendrix, could be
Bombay.
Beefeater, could be Bombay's a
Beefeater is what I meant.
Beefeater.
Yeah.
Yep. But like a London Dry is what I prefer for a martini.
All right. What's your count on it?
5 count.
5 count. All right. Go ahead and count.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Done. Yep.
All right.
And then now a traditional. So again, I don't adhere to this, but a traditional martini is 3-to-1 gin to vermouth. I prefer 5 to a quarter. So I like vermouth, but I just want to splash.
So you like it extra
count.
dry now. I mean,
I like it extra dry. Yep.
So
I take a
first
vermouth.
thing you want to do before you even get to your vermouth, you gotta activate your vodka or your gin.
Or
excuse
gin.
me.
Same thing. So by the way, vodka and gin are identical except for the infusion. So they're all triple or quadruple distilled liquors.
If you've
And
ever
then-
been in, go ahead.
well, Gary Benequista just dropped an interesting factoid for all of us. And he said a lot of people say martini glasses were designed during Prohibition to be tipped over very easily to spill your drink out during raids.
I love it.
Well,
believe
I
it.
can say, Gary, I have spilled plenty of these. I've never been in a Prohibition raid, but I've spilled plenty of martinis because
We're close, though.
It's quite possibly the worst designed glass, but it's also a beautiful.
Yeah.
The balance.
The engineering that happens in it. The key to a martini glass and carrying a martini glass and having been in the industry forever and talked to, people who've never touched a glass before in their life. If you're carrying it as a drinker, the key is to take 2 fingers and put them right under the lip, about a quarter inch under the lip of the glass,
At 12 and 6.
And it'll rotate.
and then don't ever look at it,
yep.
and just
it'll
walk.
just
And
hang.
it's a pendulum. It does the you'll maybe spill a little if you're me, but
Not much.
on average, because I was looking at it, you can't look at it, you just carry it, and it'll keep the liquid in the glass.
Yep.
And then if you have to put many of them on a tray, you hold them up and you don't even think about it. The second you think about it, you
They're
spill
all
them all.
Spill them all.
So if you've ever been in a bar, you've seen this spoon. Maybe hold that one up.
Yep. So bar spoon, long with a twist, designed to rotate through your fingers easily. The idea is to cool the drink with the least amount of agitation possible. You want the drink to touch the ice, but you don't want to chop the ice up.
Yes.
Until we drink a vodka martini.
Yes.
And then,
And then
I'm all
we'll
about it.
switch
And
that
we
up a
change it.
little bit.
Yep.
Sorry, no offense, just keeping the stuff.
Keep the COVID away.
COVID away.
So Michael, actually, our dear friend from Bushel and Peck, he just said this is the hottest running show in prime time.
Hey, what's up, Mike? We love Mike. The guys up at Bushel and Peck. If you haven't gone over and checked them out to support them, they're
great.
doing a great
Mike
job.
and Mike are awesome.
You got lunch there twice this week.
Yes, I go there as often as I can.
And they've got a bunch of locations. So
Oh
They
yeah,
do.
You can find
2
them.
in Worcester, 1 in Westboro, 1 in Clinton,
Yeah.
1 in Grafton.
exactly.
Check them out; they're good friends. We love them.
So this funky little spoon here, really, it's only the reason it was designed initially was to do exactly this, and just to get you want to get in there. You don't want to beat it up, but you want to slowly twist and move the ice around. You're going to start to see it get a little cloudy, and you're going to see some crystals in there,
Yeah.
and that's key to the finished product, because those crystals, when they're floating on the top, you know that thing's been made properly. All right, so the next thing I do is I take this soda water and ice and I dump it out. Now
So-
all I have is this nice frosty glass.
So just to recap, we got gin and ice, and we activated the gin. That's where we're
That's
at
it.
right now.
Yep.
That's it. And then I'm going to take my vermouth that I just found. And now Sean likes a quarter vermouth. In my opinion, all you do with vermouth is you do that, put some in your glass,
Swirl it around.
swirl it around just like we did with the wine the other day,
Sure.
and then throw it.
Yep. And that's fine. That's
That's all I've got.
That's a really classic
That's
modern
it.
martini.
And then I'm taking my shaker or my strainer,
Now, how do you make it dirty?
Oh, you want it dirty?
No, let's. All right, I don't. That's a classic. We'll garnish it with an olive. But if you wanted it dirty, what would you add? Like
I would just add the juice from the
olive.
So we got a. So a martini olive doesn't actually have a pimento in it. The pimento is so common now that you see that. But a true martini olive is an olive that's been pitted.
Sure.
No pimento.
So it's really important. You can only put odd number of olives in.
1 or 3.
1 or 3. You can never put 2 olives in there. The story is that the 3 olives was a traditional thing. It was supposed to represent love, life, and liberty or something. Or Gary probably knows.
Yeah, the Holy Trinity.
It's like love and liberty and life or something like that. Live, laugh, love. I'm just kidding. All right, so there's your classic,
Love it.
right?
That's
And that's garnished with an olive. Tim McGrath says he takes his Hendrix Martini with a slice of English cucumber whenever possible.
Oh yeah.
So love cucumber.
Well, the
Not in a
gin's
martini?
gin has a lot of cucumber
Yeah.
elements.
I mean,
Yeah.
it's a great drink.
the floralness and the
Yeah.
Is it boysenberry or what is it? No, juniper.
No, juniper. So juniper is in most gin, not all gin, most gin.
You want
But
Tito's or
cucumber and
Kettle. But
cucumber
whatever's in
and
front of
gin
you,
go
doesn't
great
matter.
together. I mean, they're awesome.
Peter said it's got to be an English cucumber. Can't just be like regular cucumber.
Got to be regular English.
Right, and what's the
cucumber.
difference?
I don't know.
So a real cucumber isn't
You mean
quite
American?
as an American cucumber isn't quite as pretentious.
So,
Who's been drinking the kettle?
so Sargon loves a martini too,
You have another one?
but Sargon drinks a vodka.
Yeah.
martini.
It's in a Tito's bottle.
So when James Bond came on the scene, he drank a vodka martini, shaken not stirred,
Yeah.
and which is basically like
You like them dirty, right?
Not extremely dirty, just dirty, you know? Yeah, there we go. Perfect. That might be a little bit like, you know?
But you like them shaken, right?
Yes.
yeah. So
No vermouth.
And no vermouth.
no
We're
vermouth.
going to shake the hell out of it.
Cold. Now, if I'm going to drink a martini with Sargon, and it's your martini, I want the same thing. I want it shaken. I want it to be cloudy
Absolutely.
and icy,
Nothing
cold.
better than a cloudy martini.
I want the salt from the olives. And it's kind of missing the... So there's a different intensity to this.
Yeah.
Right? So it tastes like you're drinking perfume.
Yep.
If you like good gin, and I love good gin, it tastes like you're drinking your mom's perfume. Just a little. There's no question.
It's like I can't mess
Yeah.
with gin. I don't
It's
like
intense. It's like an intense thing.
it. Yep.
And an olive?
Yes, please.
All right.
Whereas a vodka martini is cold, and I mean, look, it's
Look
beautiful.
at
It's
the crystal
cloudy.
lights on
That's
there.
what
Yeah.
I'm saying. A cloudy martini, that's what I love.
And I would say those are the two classics. This is the original, and that's kind of the modern classic.
And then there's always the way that I drink it.
Which is
What I like to do
over ice and with
is
soda water.
I take a pint glass and I grab some beer
And you say hi to the martini drinkers.
and I fill my glass up pretty good, about that far.
No,
I
it's great.
dump this out. I pour this in. And cheers.
Cheers.
There's my
I'm not
martini.
gonna look at it.
Clink, clink.
You're not catching
Don't
me
look
and I'm
at it.
drinking a
Cheers,
martini.
guys.
Cheers.
Cheers at home. I hope you're drinking with us.
It's great.
That's called a NASCAR martini right there.
That's a NASCAR martini.
I just made
I
that
mean,
up.
so like this right
The
here,
NASCAR,
man.
like the sidecar of the
Yeah,
NASCAR.
exactly.
This right here is perfect. It's absolutely a perfect
Yeah.
like drink. I was gonna say like we'll go out and me and him will get martinis. I've never
Always.
seen you drink one. So when
No.
you were like and you like me, I'm like, what is he gonna make? I was very curious. That makes all the sense. in the
Yeah,
world.
no, I not saying that I won't, I don't, but it's not my drinking choice.
Yeah,
I'm
yeah.
gonna go for if I'm having a before the evening starts kind of pre-cocktail. For me, it's generally going to be a darker liquor. It's going to be a bourbon or a scotch, just to kind of get the night going, and then I'll usually switch to beer, wine, and then beer, and then aperitifs of some sort, and then digestifs, and we can
Yeah.
talk
So
about
we
that
call
some-
so we have a few names. Beer
The
Tini,
NASCAR.
a NASCAR martini.
NASCAR.
I like that.
Well, there's a sidecar and then there's a NASCAR. I kind of liked it. What was the other one?
You should
A
serve it in
beertini.
it
A
should be in
beertini.
a red solo cup.
Yeah, a red solo cup martini. Do they make those? They
Oh
must.
my god. So let's invent that, right?
Yesterday, so while we're on the topic, yesterday we were talking about desert island foods.
Yep.
So, not saying that being on a desert island maybe is the best thing. Like drinking might not be the best thing to do because you'd probably be dehydrated.
Really
but
dehydrated.
How about if you're on on vacation, you're
Caribbean
on an
island.
Caribbean island, and
But you're stuck on the island.
yeah, you're stuck there, or they tell you can only drink one thing, and this will be the last drink you have, or however you want to phrase it. What are you drinking? What's your drink of choice?
I'm on a beach.
Well, I guess yeah.
So for
the more I
me,
think
there's
about
like
it-
there's I have different drinking habits.
Well, how about your last drink? Just your last drink. What's
Oh, my
your last drink?
last drink.
Yeah.
Whoa, that's tough. The very last drink? I think you need to go first.
Well,
I'm
while
not-
you think about this, Terry asked, what's the sidecar? What's the sidecar?
A sidecar is whiskey of some sort or bourbon,
Could be a ride.
lime juice, sugar rim. It was in the original. There was a book that was made. I want to say in like 1920.
Sorry. Johnson, this got dark. I was trying to be all like, like,
I don't know what was
drink. I was just trying to ask that question. I'm over here like, the last drink you'll ever
No,
have,
I'm thinking
man.
when I think
Your death row drink.
when I say desert island drink, I think to myself like I only have one option. Someone says you're gonna bring a cooler full of this, and you can have it for the next.
Facebook and the top 10 albums or whatever.
Right.
Like,
Yeah.
I'm so done with it. Like, I agree. So, by the way, we're all like 80% aligned. We all agree. Like, yeah, great. I don't care. What's your top 10 album? I don't know.
I care.
I'm not with you.
I actually, I think it tells a lot about a person.
100%.
The album thing, I think that album,
Well, their age is number one, I think.
Yes. Right. You got to know
you know
what
what I
age
mean?
they're from. Because
Oh,
You
yeah,
start
of
seeing
course.
things, you're like, oh, this guy, he grew up in the 80s, or he grew up in the early 90s, or...
And I don't care what album you pick. If it's one album, a month later, you're going crazy.
yeah,
It doesn't matter.
that's
It doesn't
probably
matter
true.
if the Beatles or the Zeppelin or the Rolling Stones. You're going crazy.
So I'll tell you right now, my drink of choice, or my only drink,
Kettle
it will be Kettle
Kettle
One,
soda?
but with soda water.
Kettle and soda.
Kettle and soda. Such a boring drink. There's nothing to it, but
Probably one of the most drank drinks.
and that's such
Right now.
I know that's an awful choice, but like a martini, you're gonna
Did you
have
say
one.
drink drinks? I love that. I'm gonna drink
One or
that.
two.
That sounds like something out of a. That sounds like we got a drink because that was a
Where do you?
a word I
you
wasn't
didn't
sure. I
understand
wouldn't have
the
said.
album?
I would have tried to say drunken drinks or drinking drinks but he said drunk
Drank
drinks.
drinks.
Drunk drinks. Wait, that could be the other name for this show. Drunk's drink.
Drunk's drink. Or drunk's drinks.
No, I like it better with like drunk's drink.
But it makes sense.
So that's my
Kettle
drink
One
of choice.
soda.
Or if I'm on a desert island, it's the only thing I can drink. I'll have that.
I have this like guilty pleasure. Like totally goofy guilty pleasure. But if I'm anywhere near where my feet are in sand,
Yep.
I want to drink some sort of colored frozen rum
Yes.
thing.
You want a hangover?
I have a story about that, actually.
Yeah, well, if I'm
want
on
sugar.
Ireland, who gives a shit if I've got a hangover the next day?
Yeah.
You know, if I'm doing it every day, as long as there's more rum drinks.
You're
But
good.
so, I would never in a million years walk into this bar or any bar around here and be like, "Get me a rum runner," blah blah blah.
Yeah,
never,
yeah, yeah.
ever,
It
ever,
needs to be
ever.
red, white, and
But
blue
for
and
something
icy.
about the second I'm like.
You're in Key
on
West
Key West, I'm
somewhere.
like, oh, all I need is that thing. Oh, that's got
The
four.
strawberry-
It's got
daiquiri
four.
colors.
It's got 4 different colors in it. That's the one I want.
Layers. They served it in a
If
barbell
I don't get
with
brain freeze halfway through the drink, it's the wrong drink for
It's
me.
got a 24-inch straw.
That's
like
the
it's
best.
gotta be good.
So if I'm going to a desert island,
you're
I
right.
want one of those Island Oasis machines, and I want all the
all the
fillers and just
grain
a
liquor.
nonstop.
It's all just grain liquor.
Then I do get particular about my rum though.
Do you really?
I do, yeah. Rum, I need.
Everclear.
No,
Blue, red, or gold?
I have some favorites. Gosling sort
Oh,
of.
that's what we need to do. We need to do a thing on rum, because I am very ignorant to it. I thought all rum was the same. Then
No.
I learned there's dark rum and white rum, and I'm like,
It's
I
like
don't know.
tequila. It's like any liquor.
Sean and I have been lucky enough to we got to spend some time with the family that owns Gosling's rum.
We have.
Oh wow.
And they they learned us. Let's put it that way. we walked out of there with a full education in rum.
Yes.
And a hangover the next day, so it was perfect. Yeah. So for me, that's what it's going to be on a desert island. But otherwise,
Can I change my answer?
Sure.
I think that's the right answer. I mean,
mine's like lemon lime White Claw.
White Claw, right? I've never seen you drink one
that's
ever.
all you can drink. Like if all you can ever drink ever again, it's got to be like White Claw. It's got to be something like Coors
White
Light.
Claw?
It's got to be something like you could just drink all day.
Who is this guy?
No,
Security. Security.
So for me, it's
Someone's
gonna be,
stolen my brother.
For me, it's gonna be a weeded bourbon.
White Claw.
It's a weeded bourbon.
I was gonna say you strike me more as the kind of guy who would be like, give me the whiskey.
Yeah, it's a weeded bourbon. I want something that's got like that maraschino cherry, oak barrel, but not too oaky.
Like which one? Give us
give us a brand here.
All right, so like Buffalo Trace, Eagle Rare,
Oh, okay.
something that's like just right down the middle. Knob Creek, even honestly like Maker's Mark.
Yeah.
I just want like a slightly weeded, sweet.
I've
Little
spent
caramel.
over this break. I've started dabbling into the different the different flavored whiskeys. You know, like the like cherry and the
Peanut butter.
you know, I
syrup,
tried to
cinnamon.
this.
There's so many.
But the like bird dog and pie hole or whatever, I don't know what they're called. But I actually had a lot of fun for a couple days.
Yep.
With one of those, and they didn't. I didn't. It wasn't. I was concerned that I was going to wake up like with feeling like I got a 2x4 to my forehead.
None of us said no. None of us said no drinks. I'm good. Like I don't need a drink.
Yeah, that's true. That's true. I don't know. I feel like there was a day in like 2006 where I said that.
So
For an hour.
Yeah, and then I kind
so
of
we all grew up religious.
grew up what?
Religious.
Oh, religious.
Jesus did not turn wine into water.
Yeah.
He turned water into wine.
Yeah, because he wants to keep the party going. Smart
Yeah.
man.
Jesus did not, as a teenager, he did not walk into a party and say, "Screw the wine, it's all water." No, he said, "You got like 50 jugs of water? It's now wine."
All right. On that note, before we offend anyone else, so we just move
That's
on.
not offensive. I'm
Honestly, before I do,
quoting scripture. Jesus turned water into
We're
wine.
both biting our tongues. That's all. Let's move on.
We should just end on this.
Well, I can't end. I have something I have to say. That's important.
All right.
In my opinion, it's important.
Go ahead.
So tomorrow night, we're going to try something that we haven't tried before, and we're not 100% sure that the technology is going to work. But we have a friend, a local celebrity, national celebrity,
Yeah, national.
that's going to come on the show and talk to us a little bit. Our friend Ricky Durand he was the runner-up on this year's Voice, one of the most amazing
Grafton
musicians, singers that I ever met. Long before he was on The Voice, I've been a huge fan and friend of Ricky, and he's decided to come on tomorrow and help us with whatever our question's going to be. We're not sure what it is, but the desert island drink or whatever. Ricky's going to come on and talk to us a little about how he's handling everything at home.
Yeah.
And so it's going to happen right at the end of the show because we're going to try to figure out the technology part of it, and we can't promise anything at this point.
Hopefully we can figure out the technology. That's the biggest fear we have right now. But if we do, it'll be a lot of fun, I think. I think it'll be fun to have
It'll
him
be
on.
great to talk to Ricky.
Yeah.
I
And if
love
it doesn't, then, whatever. There's always
Yeah,
next
well-
time.
And if you don't know Ricky Durand, obviously you're probably living under a rock at the moment. But if not, go search him up right now. The guy is
Listen to some music. It's
so talented.
Yeah.
So talented. But anyway, go ahead with what you had to say.
I was going to say, what I always say for the last week, that Sunday's Mother's Day. Don't forget.
We have some food left.
We have very few options left, but please
But you
call
can
us
order.
anyway,
Yep.
and then we'll try to make something happen. I don't want to turn anyone's mom off or away, I should say. And just come down, and we'll take care of you like we have always
You're
done.
generally better at turning mom. Anyway.
What time with Ricky, Gary? asked?
Ricky will be right at the
8:05.
end, so it's going to be
so-
somewhere like the 8:30-ish
8:30,
time.
8:45.
We're going to end with it because of
Gary, why
the...
don't you watch at 8 and just hang out with us, all right?
Exactly.
Don't worry about what time with Ricky.
All about it.
All right, well, I guess that's it.
That's it.
That's all we got for today. So
I'm gonna have another NASCAR.
I think I'm
NASCAR.
gonna enjoy the rest of this martini.
Beer
Good night,
martini
everybody.
glass.
We'll see you later.
Good night, guys.
Bye, guys.